Hello everybody, welcome back to Fairfield Junction, another review today, and this is in the form of the Class 66 by Bachmann. Now, as I'm sure you've already seen, I've already looked at the Hattons one, so I thought I'd take a look at the Bachmann one. Obviously this has been out for much longer, so obviously the Hattons one is newer, but I suppose it's good. It'll be good to take a look at this one as well to compare the two. Now, obviously, this is the newer version, but obviously there are sort of two versions out there for the Bachmann Class 66. But you've obviously got the newer one, which is this. Then you've also got older versions, such as this one here. And obviously, this one here is in the normal freightliner livery, as we can see. And to be honest, there's not much difference between the two. I'll wait till we get this one out, and then we can probably compare the two. But yeah, obviously you can choose between these newer versions, which, well, they are better, they definitely are better, but then you've also got the older versions, which are a little bit cheaper. I don't think they're as good. Well, they're definitely not as good, especially with performance. Or at least that's with me anyway, because I have had quite a lot of running issues with these older ones, because I have 3 of these older versions. Then I have this one, which is actually a rolling chassis now, so all the wheels are freewheeling now, because this one literally ran so badly. It really was literally start stop and everything. Although when I took the motor out, the motor was absolutely fine, but yeah, this one didn't run very well. So that's why I converted it to a rolling chassis. Plus I paid so little for it anyway. And then I've also got another Freightliner version like that one, which is, it's almost perfect. It is still a little bit stuttery, but it definitely is better. And that one's on the layout at the moment, but it's right in the corner, which is why I didn't bring that one down, because this one was easier to get than the other one. And then I've also got an EWS version, which again is the same age as this one, but that one's with a friend at the moment, having a service done. To us, it has been with the past few months, for obvious reasons I haven't been able to get it back. But yes, so and obviously then we've got the newer version here. So I chose to do this one because I do have 2 of these newer versions, but I chose to do this one as more people probably have these kind of versions, because the other version that I have is just here, 66040, and this one is the DC sound version. So I could have done this one, but I chose to do this one as I thought more people would probably like to have the non-sound versions of these. So obviously more people probably run analog and normal DCC versions of these. This one has had a chip fitted, by the way, because it is a 21-pin DCC radio, as we can see, and it has had a 21-pin Bachmann decoder fitted to it to make it digital. But if you would like me to look at the this DC sound version, just let me know in the comments below, and I will. I'll do a quick review of this one as well, mainly for the sound that's in it. But today we've got the regular non-sound version. So a bit of history on the Class 66. Started running in 1998, I believe, based on the Class 59, as I'm sure you probably know, which was I think came into service in 1986, I believe. And then obviously this came from that, and there's obviously hundreds of them about, known as sheds, as I'm sure you might know. Obviously if you don't, they're known as sheds. There is loads of information on the back of the box, if you want to have a look at some quite more detailed information of the 66, as we can see there. So we've got loads of information about the class, loads of different operators, obviously EWS, Freightliner, Curlas Rail, GBRF, DB Schenker, and there's probably a few others as well. And we've obviously got the Freightliner powerhall version. So enough rambling on. Let's get out the box and have a look at the really nice Bachmann packaging. It's the standard typical Bachmann packaging that we're used to. And obviously I have put this back into the box to have a look at it, which is the case with most of my reviews that I do. The only time you'll probably see me get the instructions out and have a look at the instructions is if the model is brand new, or it's just simply I'm simply doing the review before I've taken it out of the box. So let's take this sleeve off, put that to one side. And then we'll lift this up and get her out. Just look at this. Look at that, just amazing. Strong buffers, as you'd expect. Nice little dude in the cab. Windscreen wipers. And she does have working lights, as you'd expect. Got a nice little chain link coupler there on the front. But if you wanted to, you could probably take that off, and we have got an end pocket there if you wanted to put a proper coupling in. And obviously on the other end we have got a coupling, and I put a KD in so she can haul my stock. Again, sprung buffers at the other end. There we are. A beautiful livery application. I really do like this Freightliner powerhall livery. It's quite striking, I suppose. It's just sort of like the wisp sort of down here, down the side. It's just really, really nice. And this is something else I'll probably mention with the newer versions from the older ones. If we just bring this back, obviously you're not going to see it on here because I removed them. But the one of the big differences if I just grab them both. There we are. One of the biggest differences between these here and these is probably the biggest difference is the mechanism, because on these obviously on these ones the pickups are only on the inner two wheels here and here, and on here and here. So the very end wheels here and here don't actually pick up on the older versions, which is probably one of the reasons why they're prone to cutting out. Although to be honest, they shouldn't do, because there still should be plenty of pickup. Plenty of pickups on there to keep her going, but still, apart from that, she still ends up cutting out a lot. And obviously, you've got an older circuit board. These are only 8-pin DCC ready. There's obviously these newer ones, they're 21-pin DCC ready. You've got a new circuit board, maybe a slightly different motor, I don't know, and all-wheel pickup, unlike these ones. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I recommend going for these ones. And whilst these probably do feel a little bit heavier as well, actually. Or this was, I'm not sure. I think obviously it probably would be better if I had my other actually working older Bachmann 66 with me, but I'm pretty sure these are probably heavier. Underring detail, it's not too bad. I have weathered this one as well, by the way. It doesn't come weathered if you were to buy it. I have weathered this one, as have I with this. I've also weathered this one by myself. But overall, even if she wasn't weathered, she'd still be stunning. Got some nice exhaust detail there. Beautiful grille as well. You can just about see through there as well underneath. You can see the massive metal sort of chassis block, because there is literally a massive block of metal which goes probably down. Well, basically the entire chassis sort of area is made of metal, which is what gives it a lot of weight. That's good. She hasn't got any traction tyres, as you'd expect. Horrible traction tyres are, absolutely horrible things. All wheels are driven, which is good, so that makes her really strong. I can't remember if all the wheels are driven on the older versions. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are all driven on the older version as well. So both of them are still very, very strong, whether they're new or old. But obviously, again, it's like I said before, not as many pickups in the older version. But I don't really know what else to say really about them. Bachmann 66s, they definitely are very, very good, new or old. They're definitely worth it. To us, they're probably better than the Hatton's version, because obviously the Hatton's version, as you probably know, have had loads of problems with them. To us, that if anything, the Hatton's 66s are too detailed for me. Something like this is perfectly suitable, even without the turning axle boxes. I don't think the turning axle boxes add too much to the Hatton 66. Although whilst they are a nice feature, I don't think they add too much to the model. But overall, to us, I'd have to say the Bachmann ones are better than the Hatton's ones at the moment. Just for the quality, really. The Hatton's one it does feel high quality, but to us these feel a bit high. It doesn't feel like if you lift this up you're gonna break everything off. It's not gonna fall to pieces in your hand. Whereas the Hattons one, probably more like that. But as for performance, I'd say they're both equal in performance, because whether it's these or the Hattons one, they definitely run amazing. So let's put her on the track and get her running around and see what she's like.